Hi, welcome to my channel. This drum is for the Type 81. This drum is for the GSG-16. This drum is restricted to 5 rounds. There's no restriction for this drum because it's for a 22. While it is fun doing a mag dump with this drum, on the flip side, it is no fun and very painful loading 1 round at a time. So today I'm going to show you how to load this in accordance to the manual and also fully disassemble this drum for cleaning. So why don't we begin? This drum is made in Germany. The neck part is metal alloy, and that's a good thing, otherwise the lips will not last very long. The body is plastic construction, fairly sturdy, and then the back is a loading disc. They do not recommend you turn this when it's empty. In the front, there's a tiny little hole for you to spray oil to lubricate the internals, and there's also 4 very large viewing ports so you can see the heads of the rounds moving. The disadvantage of having these large viewing ports is that it lets a lot of dirt in, so you need to know how to disassemble this drum for cleaning. The drum is basically held together by 6 of these screws and 2 of these tiny screws. So why don't we start with removing the neck? The neck uses this one 6-point screwdriver, and you unscrew these 2 screws. They're quite a long screw. So you be careful. Okay. This is what the screws look like. There's 2 of them. And now you can remove the neck, and be careful because these black dummy rounds is going to fall off. Okay, there's one in the body, and there it is, and the rest is here, and this is the follower. It's different than the rest of the dummy ones. Now this is apparently the updated version. The first version had a strip of plastic in between these dummy rounds. There's a slit in there, and there's a long strip of white plastic, and it connects them all together. And for some reason, they decided it probably didn't work as well, and the plastic strip was removed. And this is the result. Okay. This is what the neck looks like. These are the feeding lips. Okay. Fairly heavy duty construction. This is the body, and you can see there's a silver thing in there. Okay. Now, the next thing you do is use a different head screwdriver, a smaller, skinny 6-point, and you remove these 2 smaller screws. Quite small. I'm going to change to a different heads. The head screwdriver, same one I had earlier to remove the neck. Okay, when you get to the last screw, the 4th one here, and this is their size, hold down the back cover, because it's under tension. Yep. pull down the loading disc and remove the cover. And this is what it looks like. This is the loading disc. Okay, now lift up the loading disc where the silver part is, and it will rotate. It's going to reduce tension. And that's basically what it looks like. This is that silver piece I was talking about. It moves up and down. And this is what the internal looks like. Strong strong spring, and there is a center shaft, and I already sprayed it with lithium grease, and it has a slit in the middle here. Now the front is just basically a round, and the back is round with a square. Okay, so you put this in the hole, and there's a hook on the end of the spring, and that hook goes into the slot like this. Okay, like that. And then you have these channels that winds, and as it winds, it goes towards the inside, and these rounds would move like this, and when you're loading, it just goes down, and this is where it goes down to the second level, and this is the third level, and it eventually ends up here. Now on this side, it's basically would be like this, and it would be one round here, and then it'll be another round here, but then as it goes lower, it sort of it goes on top of each other. Okay, now I never actually counted how many slits they are on these things, but I can just do it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so there's 40 slots for each level round, so 40. So obviously, you know, you had some of them stacking on top of each other. So this is the back plate. Okay. And also keep note of where the silver piece stands out, and as you can see, it's on top of this triangular caution arrow. Okay, now basically that's it, and now you just put it back together. Now make sure that the hook is in the shaft, and the silver piece is on the top, channel. Okay, and it is. Now start turning it, holding it down, and with one rotation till it gets up to here. Now lift it up. Lift this up and make sure that the silver thing is still on top and hasn't slid down, and then it could stay on top of, before it gets into the second level channel, it stays on the top channel. And then that's it. It's one rotation. Okay. And because of one rotation, it tends to want to turn back. So that's it. And now you can put this back plate on. You got 4 of these screws. Okay. Now the 2 tiny screws for the right there. don't tight it too tight. Okay, this that out, works fine. Now start loading all these black dummy rounds, and when you put this back, it's the longer piece goes in first, and there's only one way to load it because of the rim. It only goes one way. Okay, so now you can start putting the rest in. Make sure they're straight, and they are. Okay, so now stick it back in like that. Hold it, and now use these two longer screws. Now, to load, they say with your right hand, hold the drum with your thumb on the loading disc like this, okay? And with your left hand, grab the rounds and put it in. Now, simultaneously, when you are turning the disc, like this, when you're turning the disc, and don't turn more than about ½ an inch, push this, insert this in, like that, and make sure the round is all the way to the back, like that. Okay. Now keep doing it. And like I said, you're just moving about less than ½ an inch, and as you're moving, press down on the top round and slide it in. Okay, now as these rounds goes down, the dummy black rounds start to appear on this window. See that? And that'll tell you how well of a job you've done. Now, once in a while, you might, have a little bit of glitch, and you might end up skipping a slot. Don't worry about that. The magazine will take care of that, no problem. If you skipped around, don't worry about it. And when you're firing it, what it would do, it would automatically go to the next round. So you don't have to worry. But you can actually see it. So if you do see you've skipped around, don't unload 20 rounds just to get at it. Okay. So here as I'm putting that in, you can see those black dummy rounds are moving down. And remember, I've counted, there's 40 slots going around. So I have to put 40 rounds till it starts going into, these rounds starts going into the second level. So I put 10 already. I'm going to put another 10. And I want to show you what the rounds actually look like. Okay, I'm encountering a little bit of problem with here. Okay, there, I finally got it in. I wonder if that is because the follower is now turned down and they're having some issues with that. I haven't seen the follower yet. Oh, here it is. Yes, in fact, that's what it was. You notice that this is the follower right here. The follower has that little extra piece in the front. Yeah, the little front. It's a double follower. See, they're both moving together. And when I had the problem, slight glitch, That's probably what it was. It was the follower that was turning from the from the neck down to the body. And here, I just want to show you what the rounds look like down here. Okay, I'm having a little glitch here too. Here it is. It's gone in. Okay, so you can see this is the follower, and you can actually see it's slightly different than the rest of the dummy black rounds, and these are the real rounds that have started to show up. And this is the 19th round, and this is the 20th round. Okay, I'm having a little bit of glitch. Okay, I have to. There it is. Okay, now I've got 20 rounds in there. Had no problem with just a slight glitch when the follower was turning from the neck to the body, but other than that, it was a very minor glitch, and that's how you load a drum, GSG-16 drum, in accordance to the manual, and this is how you disassemble for cleaning. So, and by the way, when it says cleaning, it says do not use acetone, okay? So just clean it like you normally would. Just don't use acetone. Thank you very much for joining me, and please subscribe.